Hey guys, so earlier today I went and saw Ocean's 8, the new Ocean's 11 film sequel, whatever the hell you want to call it. The female version of the Ocean's 11, basically. Um, this was a movie that I can't be the only one who had the same reaction when I heard about this. I was like, really? We're getting a female version of Ocean's 11. Is that something that really everybody's been asking for? I really don't think there's been a clamoring for that, but okay. I'm not against, like I said, if I review, like, I'm not a sexist asshole. I'm just pointing this out. I'm not against them making like an all-female movie, like casted movie or anything like that. That's fine. That's cool. I'm all for it. But like, why not try to do something original, not just pretty much copying or making a sequel to a well-known product already? They did this with Ghostbusters. We know how well that fucking turned out. I didn't hate Ghostbusters, but they didn't do very well, and that the reaction it got was not very good. So I mean, yeah, like I said, it's kind of stupid to do that, but like luckily this one hasn't really been getting as bad of reaction as like Ghostbusters did, thank God. Which I do agree that people went overboard with their reaction to that movie too. But this was a movie, like I said. Other than that, it didn't look bad, and I also liked those other Ocean's movies enough that I was like, I'll go see it because I'm like, the other ones are pretty good. It's been 11 years since we've had one, which is fucking crazy. I didn't really know there was really a necessity to make another one, not just because it was a all female cast. It was just like, really? Like, has there been people clamoring for a new Ocean's movie? I didn't really think there was, but okay. Apparently there was, just by somebody. Was disappointed it wasn't being directed by Steven Soderbergh, who directed the other three movies, did a good job with those. But I was like, all right, it's from Gary Ross, the guy who did Big and the first Hunger Games movie, and I'm like, all right, it's not a bad choice, I guess. And so yeah, it was okay. It was an okay movie. Um, it's not great. It's not horrible. It's just okay. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a perfectly fine film. That's pretty much the best way to sum this year of movies so far, honestly. Um, it's good. It's got a great cast. Sandra Bullock, easily probably one of the best parts of this fucking movie. What a shock, because I mean she's one of the best actresses out there. Um, she's plays Danny Ocean's sister, who I was wondering going in if George Clooney would fucking make it a cameo or not. Nope, he's killed off. He died between like the 11 years between the I don't say the 11 years between the last movie and this movie. From what? I have fucking no idea. They just said, he's dead. I'm like, oh, okay. And I thought for a minute, like, oh, maybe they're like, I hope you're, like, she goes to his grave and she's like, I hope you're really dead. So I'm like thinking, okay, maybe he's going to pop up at the end. Nope, he's dead. But she's the brother of Danny Ocean, or the sister of Danny Ocean, sorry. And she's a she at the beginning of the movie is getting out of jail, being put on parole, and she was put in jail by this I think it's art dealer, boyfriend of hers, who they both were doing a lot of like con jobs, and he pretty much gave her away so he could get free time, and she went to jail, and she decided that she wants to try to. Really, they don't really give really much of a story as to why she's wanting to do this job. Like in the other ones, like it's more out of revenge. There is the revenge factor in there, but it doesn't really come until like later into the movie. But that's not really the main focus of her doing this, her plan, or like doing this con job. Like the other movies, it's just she just wants to get a bunch of money, make a bunch of money off these jewels that she's wanting to steal and shit like that. And she gets a group of girls to do it with her. You got also Anne Hathaway, I thought was easily one of the better parts too, who plays this celebrity, uppity celebrity who is going to be at this gala at the Metropolitan, and she's like kind of being Anne Hathaway. Like the extreme version of Anne Hathaway is just this uppity bitch that is kind of like just kind of like I said, just kind of a bitch. And it kind of was like, well, this is pretty much Anne Hathaway playing herself, ain't it? I'm sorry. Anne Hathaway, I don't hate Anne Hathaway that much. She's not that bad. I know people that don't like her. She's fine. But she's like really good in this role and doing a really good job in it. And I don't think it's much of a fucking spoiler. Like pretty much the poster and still shots I've seen of this movie pretty much give away that she's one of the members of the group by the end of this fucking thing. It's like I did my math like while watching this, like as they're forming this group, they only form only have 7 members at the beginning of this movie, and I'm like, there's got to be an 8th one. Hello, and I almost forgot for a second. It's like Anne Hathaway's been like in all the still shots and all the posters and shit like that for this movie, so she's got to be a surprise. She is. I think it's like when she's revealed to be a part of the group, it's supposed to be a surprise, but really it's not. Like I said, because you kind of gave it away in the fucking advertising. It's like supposed to be a twist that she was in and on it the whole time, but no, really, it isn't. It's like, way to go, fucking Hollywood. You just can't keep a fucking secret, can you? That was kind of annoying. Everybody else is fine. Like I said, you got people like Mindy Kaling, who I fucking love since The Office. Is a girl that works like at a diamond store, or at like and you also got Cate Blanchett, who's honestly really not given much of a character. She's just Sandra Bullock's partner in crime. Same with like Sarah Paulson. Pretty much everybody except Sandra Bullock is not really given much of a character other than what they do, and that's about it. Which really the other Ocean's movies did that too. So I mean, we got so many characters like that. I'm still fucking bothered by the fact that there's a fucking actress named Awkwafina. That is the dumbest name in the history of dumb names I've ever heard in my entire life. And this is a movie that stars a girl named Rihanna, which that's nothing compared to fucking Awkwafina. Like, I was like looking it up and like, who the fuck is this girl? She was like a rapper and a fucking actress, and I'm like, oh fuck, Jesus! Like I've never heard any. I don't listen to fucking rap music, so I don't know if she's famous for her music, but I've never heard any of that shit. Yeah, like what the hell? Like, I do love about these movies. One of my favorite things about these movies that this movie does do too is just like how absurd it is. Like how they pull off their heist, everything else. It's like just a bunch of plot conveniences just can seem to go their way. Everything just seems to go their way through plot convenience, and it's always fucking hilarious. They did that in the other ones, and they do it in this one too. And it's like, it's pretty much in the same spirit. This movie is in the same spirit as the other ones, with that fact that how absurd this movie is, and like it's like I said, it's a movie that's perfectly fine. It's like I said, it's in the same spirit as the other ones, and it does a good enough job of being a Ocean sequel that it was fine. Like I said, it was fine. You also have like as far as like any cameos from the original trilogy, you get Ruben, which he was always one of my favorite characters. So I mean, that was kind of nice for his character to pop up. The character Ruben in one very small scene with Sandra Bullock. I know Matt Damon was supposed to be in this movie. I had read just like after I saw the movie that he got cut from the movie. I'm like, oh, well, what the fuck? Like I was kind of looking forward, like waiting to see him pop up. I'm like, oh, Matt Damon, and then that one flexible Chinese guy's in this too. I forgot his name. I was like, oh yeah, he was a character in this one. Like I said, I've seen all three of those movies, but it's like I don't watch them like religiously. So I know specific characters, mainly just by who their the actors they're playing are. I particularly like the third one a lot. The one with Al Pacino. That's the one I've seen the most. It was actually Al Pacino was fucking great in it. I remember being really great as a villain in that. I generally just like the fucking story too. But yeah, like I said, it's fine. This movie's fine. I guess I recommend it. It's nothing too special. It's just another movie. Basically, nothing really special about it. It's a good enough sequel that it's fine. Like I said, I don't really know if there was really a necessity for this movie, but it's like I said, it's still fine. Trailers. What the fuck did I get? Oh, A Star Is Born. So Bradley Cooper's directing a remake of A Star Is Born. I've never seen the original, any of the incarnations of A Star Is Born. So I mean, I don't know how true to the original story this movie is. But it's starring Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and I'm like, this is one of those movies that feels like they're trying to get Oscar nominations and stuff like that. It's got Bradley Cooper. He's directing. I can't remember if he's directed anything before. I'm sure he has. I'm thinking he has. But it's like, yeah, this movie's hindering on how good it is. It's hindering on how good Lady Gaga is. And I hadn't seen her act before, and she's not a bad actress. It doesn't look bad. It just looks like it looks like a movie that, like I said, is gonna probably try to be an Oscar contender, with just the material and stuff like that. Little Women. I got a new trailer for this. This is a fucking remake that I didn't even know existed. I don't even have a fucking Wikipedia page, which is pretty bad. like pretty much everything fucking has a Wikipedia page nowadays. I'm like it's a Little Women remake that's made in the modern day. I barely remember the book. I never read the book. I think I've seen the 94 version. I barely remember that too. I remember it had Winona Ryder. That's the only thing I remember about it. I barely even fucking remember the story. It's just about a group of sisters, and this one has Leah Thompson, so that's not bad. As their mom, I think. That's about it. It's a movie I'm probably not going to see anyways. A Simple Favor. Now this is curious. This is a movie that got me curious. It's a dark thriller, murder mystery thriller, directed by Paul Feig. Okay, it's advertised like from the dark mind of comedy director Paul Feig. You're like, huh? He's the guy who made the recent Ghostbusters, reboot and Spy and Bridesmaids, and I'm like, that's kind of curious. He's making like a straight up thriller. It's about Anna Kendrick, and Blake. I think it's Blake Lively or best friends, and Blake Lively goes missing, and they're trying to find out what happened to her and shit like that. It looks pretty good. It looks interesting. it's like a lot of mystery about what this movie, what really is going on in this movie. So I'm kind of curious. I like some. It got me intrigued by the fact that Paul Feig's not a bad director. Kind of a dick when he like kind of up his own asshole sometimes, especially with when he was defending Ghostbusters. But as I like him as a director, I want to see what he does as far as when it comes to like making a thriller. Maybe he's good at it. Like it seems like all these comedy directors are going and making like horror movies. I don't know why, but it's fucking hilarious. Why not? Operation Finale. This looks pretty good too. It's a movie about the second command, one of the guys who was second in command to Hitler, who's played by Ben Kingsley, who went or escaped the country after World War II, and he was basically the guy who was pretty much the architect for the Holocaust. And I was reading a little bit about him. Like he was pretty much the guy who was responsible for the Holocaust and the idea behind it. And he escapes Germany after World War II, and CIA and like a bunch of different countries are out looking for him, and they think they have him, and they're about to go capture him and stuff like that. It sounds pretty cool. It's like who's it? Who the fuck's in that movie? Also in that movie, Oliver. What the hell's goddamn? Why is his name fucking escaping me? Hold on a second. Please stand by, people. Oliver. No. That guy was fucking there we go. Let's see. Oh, Oscar Isaac. Why was I calling him Oliver? I don't know. Oscar Isaac, yeah, he's in this as the guy trying to find him, Ben Kingsley. I'm like, all right, it looks pretty good. It looks generally really good. And then the final trailer I got was Widows. This is the first, I think, film from Steve McQueen since 12 Years a Slave. And it's a movie about, like, it's got, like, a really great all-star cast. Like, Viola Davis, Liam Neeson, Michelle Rodriguez, and it's about like I think Liam Neeson and a bunch of guys end up doing like a job, like a crime job or con job, and something goes wrong, and I think they all die apparently from what I've seen and what I got from the trailers, and their wives are having to pay for it or something like that. It looks really good. Like the trailer's pretty decent. It's like nice to see. Has Steve McQueen did anything since 12 Years a Slave? I mean, that was a really fucking good movie. I'm surprised if he hasn't done anything since then. Yeah, it didn't look bad. So that actually looked pretty good. So that's as far as trailers go. What's next week? Oh, Tag and The Incredibles 2. And I think there's something else, Superfly, but again, that's one is I'm gonna wait and see how the critics receive it. But definitely Incredibles 2 and Tag. I can't believe fucking Tag's finally coming out. I've been looking forward to this movie for like 2 months now, and it's finally coming out. I've been getting the trailer for months. So yeah, and also like I said, Incredibles 2, which looks pretty. I'm hearing is really good. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.